Welcome, everybody. It is episode 70, this time with my friend, Zac Robins. Now, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. Zac and I have been friends for a while. We finally got around to doing this, and now it's finally time to post it. So, check it out. Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music Podcast. At least until something takes over, I'm your host, Austin Mullins, and I'm here with a friend of mine, Mr. Zac Robins. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. And we've got a lot of fun questions for you today. But
Cool.
as I told you, I think it was Thursday when I saw you. I think I told you we do a fun fact question here. So
Okay.
I need one fun fact from you.
One fun fact for me. Um, I guess I've been playing music since I was a little kid. Um, I have a tiny little violin still that I have no idea how to play, but as a remnant from an era gone by. But yeah, I've just always been obsessed with making noise.
Hey, and we make the best kind of noise.
Right?
Well, of course, you know the other question, as I also told you on Thursday when I saw you. We got a fun question, and I like this one. What is your survival plan for a zombie apocalypse?
My survival plan for a zombie apocalypse. Well, I've got a couple. I guess this could roll into fun fact territory, but I've got a couple of swords that I've never had a reason to
Fantastic.
use. But they're like real, like, battle ready, high carbon spring steel kind of swords because I'm a complete nerd. But yeah, that's part of the plan for sure.
Of course.
Lock myself in the house. Have some swords. I don't know.
Hey, I mean,
I never had a class for zombie apocalypse. I'm really not sure what
yeah, I
what
mean,
you do aside from barbed wire on a bat.
I did see a meme the other day that said the best way to survive a zombie apocalypse, and it was just a bunch of treadmills all around a house.
Get them trapped.
The, they're gonna constantly be walking towards you, but they'll always keep going back.
That's a good call. Just push a treadmill in front of the door. See what
Yeah.
happens.
Set it to max settings. Zoom, zoom. Watch them go flying like rag dolls.
Heck yeah.
That should be a game mechanic somewhere. I'm copywriting it. If you use it, you owe me
Oh,
money.
that should end up in the new Plants vs. Zombies for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know they just did a remake of the first one or a remaster.
Oh, really?
It's
I haven't
called
seen
Plants vs. Zombies Replanted,
that. Okay.
and it's got
Got the
four-player
graphics.
co-op.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm like,
That's the main reason I played that game with my kids was because it's got the multiplayer co-op. It's a
yeah.
lot of
This is the old one where you got to place the plants and then they walk across the screen.
Oh shoot! I don't think I've even played that.
Oh, it's good. I think you can. Okay, then. There was a loud noise in the background. I think you can still play it on your phone for like $1.
Nice.
Well, let's hop into some music questions because that's what the people are here for.
Yeah.
Well, I like this question very much. I like to think of it as your superhero origin story. So take me back as far as you can to really what shaped you into the musician you are today. Take me as far back as you want to go. Take me even to coming out of the womb. I've had somebody do that. So, you know, go
That's
as far back as you want.
that's really far back. No, I mean I always remember singing as a kid. I loved to sing. I recently got a hold of like I was saying my old violin and some stuff
Yeah.
like that. There's programs in there from when I was like 4 years old and singing a solo at a music school and stuff like that. Um, so I've always loved that, but I think really where my passion for music kicked in was when I was 15. Good friend of mine, he got a guitar and he was like classically trained on piano and all that. And he started getting into to playing music, and I picked up a guitar at that point. My parents have been trying to get me to play for years. They were both accomplished like classical guitar players, and I absolutely refused. But when he got a guitar, I went and I bought myself one from a pawn shop and started learning rock songs and playing shows with my friends and never looked back.
What's up? Do you still have that first guitar?
I do actually. I just had, so I have been super fortunate to connect with an amazing guitar company called Freestyle Custom Guitars. And he makes guitars for people like rock stars all around the world, like really great names like Eric Gales. And um, he made me a guitar. He's actually making me another one right now. But we took that first guitar in and put it on the bench and dumped a stupid amount of money into what it is. And it's actually I can grab it. I can grab it and show you. But it's
Yeah, let's see it.
we got this thing looking great now.
Dude, it's always nice when you can really bring your first guitar back around. Oh, that okay.
So this was like a $200 pawn shop guitar.
A Charvel, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a CC Clark. So this is like
Oh,
a house brand guitar from Mars Music back in the day,
okay, okay.
and they are worth literally nothing. This is the most expensive $200 CC Clark on planet Earth. I'm pretty sure at this point. But now it now plays like a great guitar, so I still play this. I'll take it out sometimes and jam on it. Like it stays in tune now. It's got stainless steel
Oh,
frets.
good.
Like sounds good.
Dude, it's got a nice blue color on it. Let's be honest.
Right?
It
I think
looks
that's what
sick.
inspired me at 15 more than anything to keep playing was,
Oh yeah.
the guitar looked cool.
Colors are what make a guitar. It's not it's not the strings, it's not the pickups, it's the color. That's what really makes a guitar sound good. Is its
It's plus 20 tone for sure.
exactly. I know a lot of people talk about the tone wood. There's a
Yeah.
big debate about whether that actually does something or not.
Dude, I've seen so much on that. I'm a firm believer in tone wood though. I
Okay.
will say. I'm on that side of the aisle because I mean the pickups do have a lot to do with the color and the sound, like probably more than anything. But I'll tell you, especially after working with this company, Freestyle, he'll have several guitars that he's built for people out of different woods, and they'll sound this really rich, deep tone. The one he built for me, we did mostly Hunter and mahogany, and it's
Ooh.
very mid focused. And like if you plug them up, same pickups made by the same guy in the same spot, and they sound wildly different. Same strings, same player. The only thing I can, put to that is the wood.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm somewhere in the middle. I think definitely for an acoustic guitar it matters because
Oh yeah.
I mean you definitely can't argue that.
No, I don't think anybody can argue that one.
But I like to think that the speakers carry the most weight, like the type of speaker
Okay. Yeah.
or like amp simul. I use a lot of amp simulation, so it really.
They will provide a lot of color. I do think the speakers are incredibly important.
Now I think, man, what was I going for? Active versus passive pickups. That makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
found I don't like passive pickups anymore.
Really?
Um, I don't get to pick like I'll play the same guitar, two different guitars the same way. One's active, one's passive. I
Yeah.
don't get the same pick bite from the passive guitar.
Yeah. I'd say
But
there's
maybe I
definitely
just
something
don't
to
have
that.
it. Maybe I just don't have it, zeroed in right. I don't know.
Well, I mean they're definitely they're higher output, right? So I mean
Yeah.
they're capturing more of that pick attack from the strings. I think that's pretty valid. Like I've got a 76 Music Man Stingray guitar over here that I've
Ooh,
been borrowing from a friend for a while, and it's got active pickups. It's got
okay.
those big, chunky Ernie Ball looking
Yep.
active pickups, and you definitely hear a lot of that, like pick attack. You hear everything. It's got a more microphonic.
Yeah. I'm all about the pick attack for sure. You could thank Mike Stringer for that. He's all about his pick attack, and I was like, got a fair point, man. I like the way you think, funny man.
Right?
Okay, well let's move on a little bit more. Let's talk about let's zero in on your music specifically. I like this question. A lot of artists don't like this question. Um, that's why I do it. Um, what is your favorite song you've written and why? And what is your least favorite song you've written and why? Because you know on a tier list, there's got to be one at the top and one at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately for me, I guess. I mean, I guess we're. Are we talking about like released music?
Yeah, let's do release
Because
music. Yeah.
there's tons of stuff that I don't love that just never got released, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
why.
I feel the same way. I've got like six of them that just sit on my computer. I'm like, this sounds like utter garbage.
My favorite song I've written is probably a song that just recently got released called "The Day That You Deserve."
I like that
And
one too.
thanks, man. It's something that I feel like stretched me musically, the way that the way that it's structured, the way that the chord progression's written. It's something that's very different from what I would typically write. So I love that part of it. But I also feel like that song embodies so many different relationships in the writing. So like there's aspects of it, and I won't get into too much detail, but like there's certain things that are about different people that are just completely unrelated, but ultimately ties into how I process the loss of relationships in my life. People that are still alive, people that just our paths diverge
Yeah.
and no longer traveling together, so to speak. So that's my favorite song that I've written. It's a little bit of a group guided therapy project, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, my least favorite, um, my least favorite was probably a song called "Four to the Five," which,
Okay.
ironically enough, is a lot of people's favorite song of mine. Like they'll come up
It
and they'll talk.
always is. I feel like every artist, they go, this is my least favorite song. I'm like, technically, that's like your most popular song.
Well, I've grown to love it. My producer actually fought for it to be on there. One of my producers did. Stephen Hall. I was working with Stephen Hall and Micah Cottingham. They were producing the project for me, and they both said that the song should exist. But I remember Stephen really like locking in on that one. And I was going to drop it because I thought rhythmically it was very similar to some other stuff on the album. I felt like the writing was very simple, but a lot of people have really connected to that, like that almost childlike simplicity of just saying, you know, the most honest base emotions. And I was a little worried that people wouldn't get it, which I think is
Yeah.
why I like it at first. And then I realized, oh, there's a lot of people that feel the same way as I do, and that was kind of that's in a way made it a song that I really really love. But it was my least favorite to record at the time.
Fair enough. There's always that one song that every artist is like, yeah, people love this song. Yeah, it okay, I guess.
Well, it's funny because like my song "Unstoppable" is that's that one's done over 40 something thousand plays. It's by far my most listened to track and what a lot of people know me from. But we recorded that in a bedroom at my house. And there's so many things about the production that just drive me freaking crazy. I'm like, oh, please go listen to the new stuff. We did it in a real studio and it's so much nicer. But like, nobody really cares about that unless
No,
they're a musician. So that's just my own neurosis talking.
that's definitely just an artist thing.
Yeah.
Man, the levels could have been a little better here. I
Right.
feel like the panning, this should have been a little more pan to the right, like 2 points, 3 points, and you're like nitpicking
Yeah.
it all the time. I
I
still,
self-produced it, and it almost never came out as a result. I decided I would never self-produce anything else as long as I live after I did that song.
it's not bad.
No,
It's
it's
actually pretty
not.
decent.
It's really not bad if I'm being objective, but it's just all those little things that make your eye twitch
Yeah,
as a
for sure.
performer.
Oh yeah. It's hard when you perform and mix your own stuff. Cause
Right.
then you're like, who wrote this garbage? And then you're like, oh, that was me.
Yeah.
I
There's no one
literally
to
sat,
blame.
yeah, I literally sat on a track. I was like, man, this sounds like shit. What is wrong with me? And then I was like, oh, people actually like this. Maybe I should actually finish this.
Right.
Just how it is sometimes though. Well, let's dive in a little deeper. We're gonna expand from these songs specifically. I want you to tell me how you go about your writing process. Take me from idea in your brain to fully realized out to the world.
Man, that has been a journey. Um, somebody asked me a while back why I write songs, and I was kind of taken back because I didn't really have an answer. I'd never given it a lot of thought, um, except for the fact that I had something I needed to express. You know, so like for me, a lot of times when I'm writing and I'm putting these songs together, it's coming from a place of there's something undefined in my brain, something that I can't solve, something that I haven't been able to, put a name to almost, and I've got to get those thoughts out. Like my song "She's a Judge," it actually started out as more of like a, a commentary on my tattoos.
Yeah.
I started like writing a song about that, and it morphed dramatically through the process of revision into being how I perceive and think about karma, and how we're essentially karma's agent in our own life. The judgment that we pass returns to us. And
Like that.
by like thinking through that, I came up with this concept that karma's a judge, but like that's not really where it started. It started to kind of talk about cultural appreciation over cultural appropriation, and being moved by art and different things like that, and then it wound up, oh, there came some clarity, this, we're going to write a song about karma. But that was like, I don't know, I rewrote the song 3 or 4 times before it ended and landed there.
Okay. Now, are you usually like writing, you just constantly writing lyrics and find something that connects, or are you writing the guitar or drums or anything else first?
um every once in a while, like I've got a new song that I just finished writing that the guitar part for the verse came to me, and I had to figure out how to fit a melody to it. But more often than not, it's I'll get like a little, almost like a download from the universe of just like a couple of words and the beginning of a melody, and it'll be stuck in my head, and it won't let me go until I flush it out and turn it into something.
Okay.
Whether or not it gets released, it doesn't matter. But like
Fair enough.
it'll just pester me.
Now, are you putting it in a voice memo on your phone?
A lot of times, yeah. A
Okay.
lot of times, I'll put stuff. That's actually how She's a Judge started. I was driving in the car, and I got the idea for "She's a Judge," and like it had this like melody to it, and I started recording on voice memos for like 45 minutes, flushing out the chorus.
Love
Um,
that.
so yeah, and then I'd listen to them back because a lot of times I won't remember later. A couple days later when I actually have time for life to slow down and I can have a guitar in my hands, I gotta go reference the memo.
Oh yeah. Hey, voice memo probably the best applications for musicians of
Yeah,
all time.
yeah,
Like I don't know. Well,
It's a
hello.
little tape recorder in your pocket.
I have. Ow. I got stabbed to death. Every
Love
time,
baby.
too.
Yep.
Well, let's expand even further. And I like this question. Let's talk about give me five of your biggest influences. But I'm gonna throw a twist at you. Three of
Okay.
them are musical, two of them are non-musical.
Okay.
I know it makes it difficult, but it does make it fun.
yeah. No, that's a great question, man. Um, I think musically, um, the band Yellow Card was really huge for me. Um,
I can hear that in your music.
yeah, I feel like not that I try and sing in this vein, but I feel like I have a very similar range and tone to
Yeah.
Ryan, their lead singer. So listening to the way that he wrote and being able to kind of mimic some of that when I was younger, especially, was like very, very inspiring. Like, oh, my voice could have a place on a radio or whatever.
Yeah.
But John Mayer's another one. It's a huge influence. Um, I'd say probably the band MXPX. I love the
That's a
West
deep
Coast punk
cut.
rock.
That is a
Yeah,
deep. I love MXPX though.
dude, I love the way Mike Herrera writes. Like he never minces words. He never leaves you guessing. He tells you exactly how he feels, and they're just phenomenal performers. I've seen them
Uh,
live.
I've not seen them live yet.
Oh, dude, it's worth it. It's worth it. I think they're actually coming to Charlotte, March or April. So I'm gonna try and go see him at the
I
Fillmore.
will be there too.
Heck yeah, man! I'll let you know when I get tickets.
Okay, cool.
Um, no, the non non musical influences. Um, well, like from like film and TV, I would say I was hugely influenced by Harrison Ford.
Okay.
I just love so many of his different movies. Of course, as a kid, I found him through Star Wars,
Of
but
course. Of
you
course.
know, growing up and just watching a ton of different things, he always just had a quiet confidence in every role he played,
Yes.
and I love that idea of it's not cocky if you can back it up.
Yeah.
That confidence of I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna you know get somebody else to do that. I think that kind of aligned with my own hyper independent
Yeah.
aspect growing up. Other influences.
Have you seen the interview he did for Blade Runner with that
No.
British lady? So, um, during the interview for Blade Runner 2049, he and Ryan Gosling are doing an interview with this British lady. She goes, "These are the glasses from the first Blade Runner film, like the same style or whatever." He goes, "Oh, are you a fan?" She's like, "I've never seen the bloody thing." And it just devolves into chaos, and Harrison Ford loves it. And so now ouch, now whenever he's in the UK, he requests her for press interviews because they just had such a good time.
Authenticity is so big. I love meeting people who will tell you they don't know a thing or that they haven't seen a thing that they're supposed to have or whatever
Yeah.
because like they're just so genuine about it. And that's so rare. I feel like a lot of times people feel the need to like pretend they know about something that they don't.
Yeah.
It's so off-putting. I guess the last person who was like a huge influence on me was really my dad. Um, I had a great relationship with him all growing up. But he was the kind of person that taught me to question everything and to really think about something before I said it. He was a three sport athlete. He was a pilot in the army. He was a mechanic. He owned his own construction business. So like he was the guy that like he knew how to do everything. And if he didn't know, he'd read a book and teach himself how to do it and do it.
Yeah.
Um, but he kind of taught me to to really think through my response to things, to really take time and pause and assess the situation and learn facts over just headlong with emotion.
I like that. Those are great answers.
Thanks.
Of course.
That's that's the that's the influences for sure.
Well, this comes to my favorite part of the podcast. I call it Gear Talk, Great Talk. I think of
Okay.
SpongeBob from that one episode going imagination, and it just says Gear
Yeah,
Talk, Great Talk.
I got you.
I'm gonna get it animated one day.
Gear talk.
I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna make it look absolutely horrid on purpose.
All right.
But
You gotta know your personal brand. I
oh
respect
yeah, Uh,
that.
SpongeBob's chaotic and ridiculous, and
Yo.
you know, so I feel like that matches.
Yeah, you got a vision. I love it.
Well, tell me about your gear, because everybody loves gear. They want to know. Tell me as much about your guitars, your amps, what you use when you play live. Th-
Oh yeah,
Tell me about it. I want to hear it.
I gotcha. So for amps, usually when I'm playing live, I play an amplified Nation steel string singer,
Okay.
and it's a great pedal platform of an amp. It's extremely clear with high headroom, not a lot of distortion unless you want there to be. Um, so I love that amp. It's a 50-watt combo, and I'll pair that with pedals from 1981 Distortion.
Okay.
So kind of I can get that kind of almost hi-fi Reliant K kind of distortion
Yeah.
for because I play a
Man,
lot
that's
of pop
another
rock.
deep cut.
Oh
Reliant
yeah,
K.
dude, I grew up as a total church kid.
Man, that's tooth and nail.
Oh yeah, I'm
EMI.
definitely more on the I would say ex-evangelical side of things at this point,
Yeah.
but uh, growing up, like, and I still love their music. I love
Oh
bands
yeah.
like. But Matt Hoops, their guitar player, actually is the one who owns 1981 Distortion,
Oh, I
and
didn't know that.
he puts out those incredible pedals that I use on all of my recordings. Um, but yeah, I love that aspect of it. And aside from that, I mean, my main most used delay pedal is a Lucky Cat by JHS, which is probably their least favorite pedal by all the JHS fanboys. But I love it. There's an interview with Josh Scott from JHS, and he's talking about how he doesn't understand why people hate this pedal, and he's showing all the things it can do. He's like, I think this is one of our best pedals. And after watching that, I ordered one, and I was like, okay. I sold all my other delay pedals. I was like, this is my favorite one.
Dude, it really is a good pedal.
Yeah, dude, I love it. It's got like a tape emulation, and like I bought I don't know if you've ever seen those knobs from D'Addario, where they
Yeah.
have locking knobs that you can put on so your settings are just preserved.
Yeah.
You have to actually like lift them up and notch them around if you want to change it. So I bought those and I put it on there, and I've got a very specific eighth note delay with a very specific trail that I use for my solos. So that kind of just stays preserved. I turn it on, it goes in solo mode. It adds its own boost. So I don't have to get boost from any other pedals. So
I,
even if I'm on a clean channel, I can just add that in, and suddenly I'm at boost volume playing.
that's nice because I hate to say it, but I hate boost pedals.
I have a love hate relationship with boost pedals. I have two of the transparent overdrives by 1981
Okay.
um, that I leave one on all the time to kind of control the volume, and then
Yeah.
I've got another one I'll use to add some dirt and like a little bit of a lift in volume.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with a lot of boost pedals, you get into this weird gain stage place where it just becomes impossible to control your volume appropriately if other things are on in the chain.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for the studio when we did the new album, we did everything on the Steel String Singer by Amplified Nation. except for my song Summer of 2003.
Okay.
And I really wanted a very vintage, early 2000s sound. And a friend of mine called me up and said he was selling a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier
Ooh.
stack.
Oh, the stack?
And he sold it at yeah, 100 watt. It's got all the bells and whistles, 3 channel. Like, he sold it to me at a price that was very affordable, which was just wild. He just wanted somebody to
That
take it
is
away.
wild.
And so we took that into the studio and we recorded the guitar with that. And
Okay.
it was incredible because if you listen through the EP, you'll get to that song and you'll notice the guitar tones are just wildly different because we basically just put a compressor pedal into the input jack and just go. That's it. And then my buddy Chad, who played a lot of the lead guitar lines on there, and a lot of the texture guitars, he was playing through an HXDA,
Okay.
also through a freestyle custom guitar. Like, I use freestyle custom guitars on all my recordings. Um, my only other one, like for songs like Four to the Five or The Day That You Deserve, I do have a 2006 Taylor T5.
Ooh.
It's like kind of like one of the big box semi hollow.
Yeah.
And dude, I love that guitar. And I'm not a big fan of the T5 in general, but that one has like a very unique sound.
Okay.
And that was the year they won all the awards at NAMM. It was like the second year they produced those
Yeah.
guitars. In my opinion, it's better than all the other T5s I've ever played.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, if I'm not playing that, I'm playing a freestyle, and
Okay.
that's changed my tone and just the way I approach guitar and soloing so much. Having a guitar that was designed to fit my hand,
Yeah.
um, and to fit my playing style. I actually got to. Do you know who Tom Brantley is?
Yes.
So I got to talk to Tom when we were getting the pickups set up for this, and he makes all the pickups for freestyle. They're all hand wound. He does like he also is like endorsed by like Geddy Lee. Like, he makes Geddy Lee's bass pickups
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. He's an amazing guy, super nice, and he, after some conversations with me about what kind of music I was playing, and then also with Eric about the other pickups for the single coils, we designed a custom humbucker, and he made this amazing humbucker. I think I'm the only person in existence to have one,
That's
and
awesome.
that's the tone that's going through the whole album.
That's sick.
We call it the Hurricane Humbucker.
I like it. That's a good name for it too.
Yeah,
Well, let's expand a bit more. I like expanding, as you can tell.
I love it. You've
Let's
got great questions. You're taking me places.
thank you. Now this one is probably my favorite question. I say that for a lot of questions, but this one's probably my favorite. And that is, what is some of your guilty pleasures in music? Now, that doesn't mean that you're embarrassed by them unless you are. In that case, we need to know what you're embarrassed to tell people you listen to. So, just
Oh,
things that people wouldn't expect you to listen to, you know?
I don't know if there's anything people wouldn't expect me to listen to, but I really do listen to everything. I've started getting into bluegrass some. My good friend, he's in a band called the Bluegrass Journeymen, and also Charlotte Bluegrass All Stars. Played on my album, Chad Andrew Harris. He's helped me to fall in love with a lot of things from bluegrass, which historically I never had any interest in it.
Yeah,
Um, but it's an incredible genre, and I've learned an appreciation for it. I listen to it more than I play it, for sure. I'm not much of
that's
a
fair. I do too.
picker. Yeah, but like, it's so many cool things, so many cool speed runs. Guilty pleasures though. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. A lot of people musically mature into complex jazz and stuff like that. I like jazz, but I still enjoy listening to, early 2000s music. I still enjoy, hearing older like Katy Perry stuff come on the radio and
Yep.
whatnot. Like, I'm just, if we can all sing Jimmy Eat World's The Middle together, I'm a pretty happy guy.
Oh yeah.
I like pop,
Oh
It's
yeah.
just fun. It's a vehicle for for emotional expression, I think a lot of times more than complex musical structure. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find the same, um, I guess, the same stimulation as you would find from a song like "Isn't She Lovely,"
Yeah.
but you are gonna find some really awesome, feel good music. Makes you want to dance.
Oh yeah. Well, let's move on to my most interesting section. I call it semi rapid fire questions because they're supposed to be rapid fire. They're not. They don't ever end up that way. Now, we're gonna start with this one because I forgot I even used to do this. I done it twice, and I'm like, I remembered this question. I have to keep doing this. What is a music trend right now that you just don't understand why it's a music trend? Because I've
I
got
guess
a few.
there's not really a lot, honestly. And I mean, maybe I'm just not trendy enough, but like I don't feel like I've quite reached the age where I see something and I feel like it's not for me yet. I saw a really cool interview with John Mayer a while back where he was talking about how he will recuse himself from giving an opinion sometimes when it's not for him because he's like, I don't have to be the target audience of everything.
That's fair.
Um, but no, I I still find myself fascinated by almost everything in music right now.
Okay. I've got one that just always comes to mind. 8 tracks. Making new 8 tracks. Don't understand it. Nobody owns an eight.
I
I don't
didn't even
know
know that was a
anybody.
thing.
Not a single person I know owns
Okay,
an
I will.
unless you do, then I know
I
more.
was thinking musical information. No, I don't own an 8 track. I own a record player and I don't own speakers for it. But that's the closest I get.
I tried to buy an 8 track 2 weeks ago,
Could you
but
find one?
I went to it. I was at an the antique mall, the Gibson Antique Mall over in Concord.
Yeah.
Um, I saw two of them. Now, the first one was a record player, 8 track cassette, and regular cassette combo, but the 8 track didn't work.
Kind of
So,
defeats the purpose.
yeah, I was like, okay, I guess I'll look for a different one. I found a second one. They wanted $100 for it, and I would need to buy a PA cord in order to use it. The like 6 prong looking like all sorts of weird. I was like, I don't own this cord, and I don't want to go and buy this cord just for me to find out that this possibly doesn't work.
Yeah. No,
So,
I get that. It is kind of a weird revival, I guess we're seeing with like cassette tapes and 8 tracks. I didn't know they were still making 8 tracks.
yeah,
Um,
Ghost keeps making them for their new records.
I mean, there is something I will say. Like, I don't necessarily hate it, but like because there is something to be said for the quality of the sound that you get from it.
Yeah,
Like when we were mastering my EP, we did it at Studio B Mastering, and
you
he
used
puts
an
it
eight
on
track. No, I'm just kidding.
a real tape machine,
Okay.
and like it added a different kind of softening compression kind of feel to it, and it everything went like it just rounded and smoothed everything, and everything just got really worn in, almost like your favorite pair of jeans. Like the
Okay.
sound was just like different, and I was like, man, I never would have realized like there were no plugins harmed in the mastering process when it came to doing that. It was an actual real tape machine. I think I got a couple clips of it up on my Instagram somewhere, but I was blown away by the impact, and I was like, if you really think about it, people talk about records and the sound quality. There's something to be said for cassette tapes that way. I don't know
Yeah.
that I've ever heard music on an 8 track though
I
in my entire
never
life.
have. This is why I've been seeking an 8 track just so I can have one and be like, Yeah, I got an 8 track. You ain't got one.
Right.
And I keep seeing 8 track, like actual 8 track cassettes for $1 everywhere. I'm like, dude, I could own like the entire 8 track cassette media for like $1,000.
You're like, we're not using any emulators here. This is the original 8-bit Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I don't understand 8 tracks. Cassettes I understand.
Yeah.
I have a few of them. 8 tracks, no, I'm just uh, not quite there.
We might be too young to understand it. Sounds like we haven't listened to music on an 8 track, so
This is
let me
true.
know when you get one.
I will. I'll bring it. I'll bring it to work on a Thursday so we can all sit around and listen to an 8 track
Listen to an
cassette.
8 track. I love that.
um, what was I about to say? Oh, here's our next question. What is a song that you wish you had written? I always do "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins because I think that's the perfect mixture of like good music with a nice paycheck as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I think a song I wish I had written would be Blackbird. Paul
Okay.
McCartney. Um, it's one of those tunes that like from the moment you hear it, I feel like it gets stuck in your head. Like it's such a pervasive earworm. And when I heard Paul talk about it, he said that a lot of it came from a place of them trying to play classical music
Okay.
when they were younger, and it was like this bastardization of their understanding of classical music. But like I've always I learned to play that song. I've performed that song many times, and it's just one of those where you listen to it and I wish I could write music even similar to it, but I can't.
Yeah.
That or another one, Isn't She Lovely? Is
Oh,
another
that's a
one
good one.
that just oh my god, I learned to play that recently, and it's a little too high for me to sing in the original key, but it's an incredible musical composition. It's so much fun to play and just to hear and be a part of.
Absolutely. Now, I just thought of this one, and I want to add another one to my fun list.
What
I
you
am
got?
the walrus.
Cuckoo,
Just because it's
cuckoo.
absolutely ridiculous of a song, and
Yeah,
I feel like it's perfect.
it's it's an incredible song. I will say the Beatles wrote a lot of stuff that like
Was
when you
weird.
look at it as one musical catalog, it kind of doesn't make sense together.
Yeah,
They were never afraid to push the boundaries and reinvent themselves, which,
they were
is really
very
awesome.
experimental for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like this one. What is, oh, let me rephrase that. What song from your discography should a new listener listen to first?
Hmm.
What should Remy listen to first? The cat.
Um, I guess The Day That You Deserve. Um, that one
Okay.
is that one's a really really cool one to me. The way that came together, and for so many reasons, like it's I could point you to tracks where I played guitar solos on them or different things that I'm like individually proud of, but like that was just that was my favorite collaboration with other artists, I think. The synth solo on that one is actually played by Jason Atkins. Many in Charlotte know him as Greasy Keys.
Yep.
Um, and I remember sitting in the booth while it was getting recorded, and he played that solo, and he played like I think two or three other solos before that, just in various styles, seeing what he liked. And when he locked in on that one and he played that one with that pad, we all just like on the talk back were like, "That's it, perfect." Like I like the hairs like stood up on my arm. It was like that's the take. And so like I think when people listen to that one, it's getting that spirit of collaboration that makes it really hit.
Yeah. Okay. Now, To expand upon this discography question, what is
Yeah.
one lyric that you feel in your bones every time?
Hmm.
Like one line from one of your songs that you're just like, yeah.
Well, there's a song called Rehoboth Road that when it gets to the chorus, and the chorus is like the structure is kind of interesting on the song because the chorus doesn't really happen a lot. It only happens twice in the song. That's at the end of the song.
Yeah.
But it goes into this line of now you're gone and I'm trying not to fall apart. I only ever went back home because you were my heart.
Ooh,
And
that is a
every time I sing that one, like especially live, it like I feel it.
yeah.
I feel the emotions that I felt when I was writing it, and yeah, I would say that's the line.
Okay. Now, to expand upon what you said about live, what do you hope people feel when they hear your music live?
I hope they feel a little less alone. I hope that the songs that I write, a lot of them do deal with loss, with mourning. Um, Sometimes, sure, I'm a bit of a pseudo intellectual douchebag, I guess, with some of the writing. But
Hey, we're all like that sometimes. So that
right, anybody who lived through 2012, I think, is just
oh yeah, for sure.
stuck
Anybody
there.
who
But
lived through COVID.
yeah, but like, I don't know, man. I want people to feel a little less alone. Like I'm given a voice to things that they've thought but either not known how to express, which is a big part of how I write. I write to figure out how to express certain things that I feel. Um, and I hope that the coolest things is recently I've seen people at shows singing along. And I feel like you only sing things that resonate with you that you've felt that way in some capacity before. So that's really what I hope for live.
Yeah. I will say though, people singing "Diggy Diggy Hole" by that by Windrose, that that is a strange thing to see. I don't know if I don't know if they resonate with that, or maybe they do. Minecraft is a thing.
I mean, I gotta say, I think they do resonate with that. Different strokes for different folks.
That's right. That's right.
Judgment free zone.
That's right. It's a great song. I will never disagree with that. I love the song. It's just so stupid.
Well, see, there's a lot of those stupid songs though that they're not really about anything per se. And
I
I feel like what
love it.
people are connecting with is they're singing along to the feeling of happiness.
Okay. I
So
like
like it's
that.
a
Yeah.
voice for a feeling. Like you remember that song by Hanson, Mbop, and
Yep.
nobody really knew the words except for like 17 people
Yeah.
that actually sang it correctly. People were still singing because they
They were
were
singing something.
expressing a feeling.
Yeah.
They were looking for words to express a feeling, and it gave them a feeling of joy and whatever, which is kind of hilarious given like how the lyrics to that song are actually a little bit on the tortured side.
Yeah.
Like the verse lyrics.
Kind of like the Police. They got a bunch of interesting lyrics.
Yeah.
But, like Don't Stand So Close to Me, that's a strange song.
That could have been the anthem for COVID.
Yeah. If it wasn't about a teacher student relationship.
Yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of those songs I haven't listened to a lot. I've always felt like a lot of those like what was that other one? I'll be watching you. One
Yeah.
always gives me like stalker vibes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my family called it the stalker anthem when I was younger. That's how I know it.
Right. I think that's fair.
Now for lyrics, I'm terrible. I will tell you right now. If you want to know somebody who doesn't know lyrics, it's me. You do know somebody. I'm I know like two songs, and one of them is Through the Fire and the Flames, by Dragon Force. I know the lyrics to that, and I know the solos like
That's the song
almost
you
beat for
learned the
beat.
lyrics to out of everything.
I blame Guitar Hero 3, okay? That song was on there. It culminates the end of that video game, and it's the only one I know. I know a
Man,
couple more maybe because they're simple. I know half the lyrics to my own songs. So,
dude, that's so wild to me. Like for any song, I mean, obviously, I have glasses.
same.
And I so I struggle with like if I have like words or anything on stage, like looking beneath the glasses or over them or whatever, like it's very disorienting for me. So anything that I perform, I memorize.
Of course.
So like I know tons and tons and tons of song lyrics, but it really isn't that hard for me because I always listen to the lyrics more than I listen to the music. It was only as I like got older that I started paying more and more attention to the actual composition.
Okay.
So whenever I meet somebody that's like, I know the lyrics to two songs, I'm like, how did you fall in love with this? But you're in love with the music.
Oh yeah, it's
Like
definitely
from
the
from go,
songs
like you
are.
fell in love with that structure.
Yeah. Like
Cool.
like I said, I know all the different parts of the song. I know which parts are synthesizer and which one's guitar, even though people don't. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know which is which, but I can't tell you the lyrics to like half the songs I know.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, maybe 20. But between the both of us, we probably know millions of
Oh
a
yeah.
million songs, and I couldn't tell you but like 20 of them. It's so bad. I feel
Or
so bad because I'll write lyrics too, and I'll be like, I don't remember ever, writing this.
that's that's what Lil Wayne says is he has to look up his lyrics before he performs sometimes
I
because
feel
he
that.
doesn't remember even writing the song. He was just channeling it.
That's- I don't even know if he knows when he's writing the song.
I don't know.
The man's
Pretty
an
brilliant,
enigma.
pretty brilliant stuff though.
Oh yeah, I respect him, except his guitar playing skills need some work. A lot of work.
I I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that, but I will say I felt like the worst guitar player on planet Earth for most of my life was Kurt Cobain. And
It's because
then,
he is. Yeah, you're right.
well, the thing is, through teaching, so like I taught students a ton of Nirvana songs,
Of
and
course.
I came to realize through teaching his songs that if I played them with correct technique and I played the chords completely in tune without any of the like bent string dissonance that he puts into his guitar
Yeah.
playing, the songs sounded awful. They just didn't
Yeah.
sound as good. Like if I play them with perfect technique, it removes a lot of the vibe of angst that's
Yeah.
inherent to Nirvana. And it's like I realized like a couple years ago, I'm like, wait a minute, are you telling me that the way he played guitar was such a huge part of the sound that you can't correct it? And I think the
That's
answer for
wild.
myself, to answer myself, I think the answer is yes. So I would encourage anyone to go learn a Nirvana song or two and play it perfectly and like find a way to mute his guitar track and see how you feel about that when you're not playing along with Kurt. It's an interesting enigma.
I'm definitely going to do I might make a YouTube video out of that. You and I got to collab on a
Yeah.
video for this.
Let me know because I think it loses something in translation.
That's such an interesting way. I'm gonna have to deep dive this now. That you lit something in me for this.
The unique voice of an artist it's all expression and it's all tied to them,
Oh yeah.
even when it's wrong.
You know who couldn't play their instrument though? Sid Vicious. The Sex Pistols in general.
I will agree with that for sure.
I mean, it. am I wrong in this may be just me hearing something wrong, but they didn't know how to play instruments when that band got put together?
I don't know. I've probably. I've never really thought about it, but I've also never really been a fan.
No.
I didn't like the sonic context just wasn't it for me.
There's
It
a
wasn't the
lot.
sound.
Yeah. It's very if they were made today, they would be a part of the what is it, the loudness problem.
Oh yeah, I could
Them
see
and
that.
Metallica.
It's so interesting. I had a conversation with one of my friends recently about how the ear matures over time and how the more mature your musical tastes are, the more you're listening to jazz and the more you're listening to a lot of these things that are just more stimulating musically.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I also really think that there's so much to be said for the emotional context of the
Yeah.
notes. Like I would rather listen to BB King than just about anybody else play a guitar because he made it talk.
Yeah.
And if you watch interviews with him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a slow player." He's like, "I'll never be able to shred like those guys. I'll never be able to do these things." He's like, "So what I can do is I can make you feel the notes that I can play."
Yeah. I like that.
I I love that. So I mean, I guess I'm kind of all over the spectrum. Like I feel like there's something from everything that's for me. There's something to be
Yeah.
enjoyed by every expression, but certainly I have my favorites, and
Of course.
the Sex Pistols were not on
No.
the not on the charts for me.
I remember watching the behind the scenes for Guitar Hero 3, and they actually had the Sex Pistols come and re-record uh Anarchy in the UK for that particular game.
Why?
That's a good question. They didn't explain why they did it. They just had them do it, which
I,
okay, cool,
all
I
right.
guess. Fun
Yeah.
for fun for the whole family.
There's there's so much to be said for this musical journey.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. I didn't used to. I always loved Jimi Hendrix, but I didn't used to love his voice. I felt like
Huh.
his voice
Interesting.
had an interesting, like I never felt like he was in time vocally. Like he had like this interesting cadence.
Okay.
But as I became a better musician, I started to really enjoy his voice because I started to understand how he was flirting with the push pull of, starting a 16th note delayed or whatever, and like
Yeah.
it made it more musical, but like I wasn't ready to receive it when I first encountered it. I wasn't ready to understand it. And now one of my favorite tunes by Jimmy to listen to the live recordings and stuff is "Wind Cries Mary," and that's one where he's all over the place. And I'll perform that song, and I obviously sing it very differently because I still don't have quite that musical sense of flirting with the timing that he does.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoy it now. So it's like it's interesting how different songs, different artists, different tones, they meet you at different points in your life with where you are on your journey.
Oh, for sure. Now, I think you're gonna love this. I'm going to enjoy your answers to this question at the very least. So, we're both music teachers.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what is your favorite thing to teach a beginner, and what is your least like favorite song to teach a beginner, and least favorite song to teach like a beginner, like beginner to intermediate, I would say.
Um, Believe it or not, I love teaching really simple stuff. I like teaching things like Nirvana. I like teaching things like Taylor Swift to like aspiring singer songwriters and stuff because it's something where they can attain a level of competence
Mhm.
and then slowly add to it to make it more and more like the record.
Yeah,
Like for instance, I was teaching a young girl, she's probably 11, 12. She was learning a Taylor Swift song. And first she got the first position chords for it down and a basic downstroke.
yeah,
And we built into that to get the correct strumming pattern.
yeah.
And then we started putting the correct voicings on the chords. I took her away from first position chords and started playing them around the neck. And was it a simple song? Yes. But we took it to an intermediate place that a lot of guitar players never even get to, of getting past the first 5 frets and playing the appropriate voicings. And, so through that, she learned a whole set of skills that she can now apply to any song she wants to teach herself for the rest of her life. And a lot of people don't get that. Whereas I have another student that's couldn't play that Taylor Swift song, but is insisting on learning to play "Time in a Bottle,"
Interesting.
and it's it's one of those situations where it's like you will eventually. I think if they continue learning how to play "Time in a Bottle," they will be an incredible guitar player, right? Because I mean that's a massive technique piece. There's
Oh,
speed changes. There's all sorts of things. There's finger picking. There's a lot of skills you develop to play that song. But it's one of my least favorite things to teach because we're going to spend 6 months to a year learning how
yeah.
to play that correctly when you don't do the prerequisites.
Yeah. Well, I have a specific song that I will not teach anymore.
What is it?
It's Eye of the Tiger.
you
I won't
don't
listen
you
to.
don't love teaching that on drums?
No, do you? It's so
No.
awful. I, the they play other songs so much better. That song, for some reason, beginner to intermediate, I'd say even to advanced at some points. Um, just no, no, not that song, please.
Yeah, that one's not very fun. what's
I
what's your favorite song to teach people?
oh, so this is funny, but I love teaching people the Monster Mash as the first song
Really?
because you got to think about it. It's four chords, but they're like the first four chords. You can do so much with, I mean, I always like to say you can do so much with four chords.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Monster Mash was a hit of its time. It's not too terribly difficult, but you can make it your own. You can make it, you can have all sorts of fun with it. You can you can change up your, like you said earlier, you can change up your strumming pattern from just straight downstrokes to, well, I mean, Ultimate Guitar has its own way of doing it, but I like to do it a certain way.
Yeah.
So you can just have a lot of fun with that song. And then you can take the chords and you can add little things in between it. Whenever I play it to show them the first time, like maybe their first lesson or whatever, I'll add a little bit of a flair, like during a transition to a chord. I might walk my way up from a G to a C, or do something fun with it. And it's a hit song. And I always like the little fun fact about it. It came out in August of 1962, but it didn't reach number one until October of 1962, where it stayed the whole month.
Nice.
And it
I
was
didn't know
number
that.
one on the Billboard 100 during that month.
That's what's up. That's pretty cool.
And it has two sequels.
I did not know that.
Nobody knows it, but I learned that when I started teaching Monster Mash to children.
Dude, I love seeing what people do when they fall in love with a song because you can play them so many different ways.
Yeah.
You can teach people they learn one song and you can teach them to play that song in different genres.
Yes.
And just like, how feel and expressiveness affects the overall vibe. Um so yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah, anything with 4 chords is just like a delight to teach, I think.
Oh yeah. Um I'm currently teaching one it's like a it's got one beginner student a Christian song for King and Country song. I don't remember what it's called. But it's got six chords in it. And it's such a strange it like it's a good song, but it sounds so weird when you don't play it with a capo or you don't. play, you know, the chords that you would if you didn't have a capo. It's just it's like five half steps down. So
Oh, wow.
it
Yeah.
just sounds so strange. I'm like, I don't even think I really know how, like, I can hear how you would sing it, but even then, it's, I can't like sing it too on point because I feel like I have to listen to it in that key.
Mm.
I forget
Yeah,
what for King and Country song it is, but
there's something to be said for that because like I teach guitar, drums, and voice, and I will get a lot of my students to learn to secure placement in a lower key and then slowly step up. We'll play it a half step up and a half step up, and until we get it in the right key.
yeah,
Like teaching them to imagine the exact melody in any key, I feel like is like one of the most important things that you can do as long as it's in your vocal range.
yeah,
Um, and if they play like guitar or something, all the better because then we can play it in the different key and sing
yeah.
along with what we're playing.
It's Fix My Eyes. That's the name of the song. I had to look it up. It's
Okay.
like even I've listened to it quite a few times, and I still can't tell you what the song sounds like when I go to play it. I have to actively listen to it before I can actually play it.
No, that's so real. That's one of the hardest things for me, honestly, is with learning new material. Because I feel like I've learned a lot about improvisation in the past couple of years, and the biggest struggle I have with improvisation is if I can't imagine what the melody is
Hmm.
so that I can reference it.
Yeah,
No, because like it's way easier to follow along with the chord changes and play over the right chord and do all that if you have a concept of where this melody is going.
yeah,
So like when students will bring stuff in, they're like, "Hey, here's the song you've never heard before, or you haven't heard since last week." it,
yeah, for sure.
it is
Especially
something to
that one.
memorize. Yeah, you got to get it in your head.
I know. I'll go. This this is I don't know if it's just because my memory's terrible. I go okay because I'll write in the books if they have a book what song or like what page we're on. I'll write the date of the day that it is, and I'll go. If they didn't bring their book, I go, oh crap, man, what page were we on?
Yeah,
But you and I teach a lot of students, so it it's fair to assume that we won't remember every single song in every single page that they're on.
yeah, it can be hard to keep it straight. That is one of the benefits of sight reading for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm way better at sight reading drum music than I am at
Yeah.
just piano sheet music or whatever. Partially because that doesn't translate super well to guitar in the first place, but
Yeah.
um, it's so nice to be able to pull up. Like I've got a student that she's been learning "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo on
Oh,
repeats,
okay.
and like it's cool because I
Paramore,
can play
not
guitar along
knowledge.
with it. Yeah, basically. Um, but yeah, like it's cool because we've got sheet music for that now. Like her family got her sheet music, so I can sit down and actually just like
Look at it and be like,
play
okay,
it.
I kind of yeah.
It's so nice to be able to actually teach people to do stuff. I wish I had had teachers when I was like 15,
Yeah,
16, showing me to
absolutely.
actually read notation
Yeah.
as opposed to just like tablature. Like,
Yeah.
my
And
God, I'd be so much better than I am right now.
I got lucky because I played brass instruments.
Yeah.
So I know the general of how to read sheet music, so it does help. And then we did a lot of sight reading in high school, just for I guess for shits and giggles. I don't know I mean, other than to improve your sight reading skills, which is a good thing to learn,
Oh, yeah.
but that was always my favorite part of class is when we got a piece. He was like, "We're gonna learn this chorale and or we're gonna sight read it. Take 5 minutes to read over it. You know, we'll play it once through, clean up some stuff, and then we'll actually real play it for real." Always my favorite part.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. I never did
what is
school.
what do you say?
I said I never did school band, but it seems like it's almost everybody I know that was in school band is a better musician than somebody who wasn't.
I don't know about that, but what is your favorite instrument to teach, and what is your least favorite to teach? Or like out of all the things you teach, what is your favorite and least favorite? Because
um, I feel like my favorite's probably guitar because I
okay,
understand it the best.
that's fair.
Um, my least favorite, like I'll occasionally get requests to like teach. Like I have one today. I'm teaching ukulele. Um,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
play ukulele
fine.
very well,
Yeah,
but I play it so infrequently that I have to refresh my mind on chord charts and stuff like the day before I have to give lessons.
yeah,
Because like it's just not it's not something I pick up often. And like I have maybe a couple songs memorized, but if they want to learn anything complex, I have to relearn it before I teach it.
yeah. I gotta say, my favorite is also probably guitar. I mean,
Yeah.
and then my least favorite is probably going to be also the ukulele. I'm just like I don't own a ukulele at home because I play it so infrequently. I don't see the point in owning one anymore.
I have one. I've got a Fender Fullerton. Looks like a little jazz master.
You mean that one behind
Um,
you?
oh no, that's actually a mandolin. That's
Oh,
a Gibson Mandobird or Epiphone Mandobird.
ooh,
These are so weird, man. 8 string mandolin,
I love it.
and it's full electric. So like I'll play it through the Mesa. It's so much fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I was like,
But
it's either I was like either that in the background is a ukulele or a mandolin, and I'm not sure which one it was.
no, I have so many instruments in here. It's ridiculous. But that's the uke.
Okay, they look kind of similar, to be
Yeah,
fair.
fun stuff.
Oh yeah,
You
and
know,
it's
you know what
acoustic
I'm.
electric.
Yeah. It's got a built-in tuner, which was like a big selling point.
Oh, that's nice.
um, you know what's I enjoy teaching that I didn't think I would is voice.
Yeah,
Teaching people how to sing and figuring out what it is that they're doing just by listening to them, and then how to help them like overcome whatever's in their way to be able to sing the songs they want.
yeah.
Um, that's actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like when I first started teaching that, I didn't know if I would truly be qualified, even though I can sing all sorts of stuff. Like, would I be qualified to really learn how to teach somebody to sing?
Fair enough.
But the more I got into it, the more like I started having my students be successful and reach their goals and stuff like that. And I was like, this actually is not. Uh, this is not scary. This is something that I totally understand,
Yeah.
and it is a lot of fun. It's just not fun when they're tone deaf, but
Yeah, or like when you're,
figuring
or
that
if
out.
they're a drummer and they have no sense of rhythm or timing,
Right.
you're like, okay, let's play it like this. One, two, three, four, and they go one, two, three, four. I'm like, that wasn't even close, bud.
Dude, I make my students do almost every instrument to a metronome. Um,
I do too.
like that's part of their practice, and that's part of the in person. And it's like because I hate being in the position where they feel like I'm just giving my subjective opinion of their
Yeah,
playing. It's like this this metronome is going to give you the objective reality to
yeah.
whether or not you're doing this correctly.
I love a metronome. I like it to be as like obnoxious sounding as possible. My metronomes on my on Logic and stuff are just obnoxious. So I can hear it cut through anything.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. People hate it. They go, "What's that?" Like if I bounce a track to send to somebody to have a listen to and I forgot to turn off the metronome, they're like, "What is that god awful noise in the background?" Oh, that's just my metronome.
It's really good except for that high pitched squeal.
Yeah. What's
Yep.
um what's that song by Slipknot? It goes, I push my fingers into my eye. Is that psychosocial? No.
Oh,
That
dude,
that
I'm the worst at music trivia. I'm so bad at music trivia.
so I, I'm gonna lose it later when I remember it. But you can hear if you listen really closely, this will ruin the song for you. Um, Listen closely to the beginning, you can hear the click track because
That doesn't surprise me.
it goes beep 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 beep, and it's from Corey Taylor's microphone, and they forgot to like get that out of the mix.
Yeah.
I hear it every time now. I can't unhear it. It sucks.
Sometimes I think they leave that stuff in, like almost on purpose. Like I swear, you can hear the metronome on Blackbird.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes it actually does make a song sound interesting, but sometimes you're like, man, that was a choice.
I've one of the biggest things I learned was to make the metronome groove. When it feels like it's
Yeah.
it's part of the music, then you're actually playing to it correctly.
Yeah.
And I think when you have that feel, a lot of times, like it wouldn't surprise me if at some point I end up leaving a metronome in just because I didn't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
If it's like a low tone, if it's not like an obnoxious beeping sound, those
Oh,
those stick
no.
out.
Mine are that way on purpose.
Yeah.
It's cause I'm like legally deaf in this ear. So I have to have something really high pitched and obnoxious to cut through so I can
Mm,
hear it. And I'm like, ah, there it is. I'm not losing it. I'm not playing too fast. Good.
nice.
Well, I've got just a few questions for you here. The first one is you got, I always ask this for everybody, or at least I try to when I remember. Do you have new music coming out soon?
I don't know. I've got several new songs that I've written
Okay.
that I think are about ready for the studio.
Okay.
So it's just going to be figuring out schedule and
Yeah. Oh,
money, etc. to take it in and get it done. But yeah, I'm hoping to have some music out this year, maybe by the end
good.
of the year.
Because I like new music.
Yeah.
I even ask this for people who have music like coming out the next week. I go, so you got any new music coming out that isn't that?
I feel like I'm gonna be going the way of singles for a little while because I'm writing stuff that's very very genre diverse.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like I just kind of want to release them separately and then try and get in a flow state where I can do a whole cohesive project. But
Yeah, of course. Well, I know you have a show coming up, but I have to ask anyway. Any shows or events coming up this year that you can share with us?
yeah, I've got a couple. I've got one February 28th. We're going to be at the Comet Grill. Um, just info on that. I've got it posted up on my website, zachrobins.com.
Which is a
So,
beautiful website, by the way.
oh, thank you. I keep all that stuff on the main page. So if you want to find out about shows,
Oh
I've
yeah.
got another one I'm going to be posting soon. I believe it's April 30th. We're going to be at Petra's uh,
Ooh.
with Red Dress Army and Edward Crowther Band. So it's going to be all original stuff.
Okay.
Um, the Comic Grill, we're going to play a bunch of original stuff too, but it's also going to be more of a party. Like we're going to have a ton of covers and all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff.
What's
But
your
yeah, I got a couple things.
yeah? What's your favorite cover to play on your on currently on your set list, if you will?
Favorite cover to play. Um,
I always try to sneak a Rage Against the Machine cover on all my sets. I know that's like even if the set doesn't even remotely match Rage Against the Machine, I'm like, we can do this anyways.
the last time I played Smokey Joe's, we played a killer version of Sugar We're Going Down by Fall
I
Out Boy.
remember you telling me that on Thursday. Yeah.
People were so there for it. They were singing along. We even had somebody like run up on stage and join us on the mic, which was crazy. But like it was a total party. It was a great vibe. That was a ton of fun.
Okay. Well, of course, we're down to our last two questions. These are important questions. First off, you got to plug yourself, plug your music. Where can they find it? Where can they find you? And then, of
Gotcha.
course, shout outs. Shout out the peoples you want to shout out.
You can find music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. I mean, pretty much anywhere that's doing streaming. We
What
got the
about
whole.
Roblox?
I don't think I did Roblox, but we can do YouTube. Website zacrobins.com. It's got all the links on it. So if you just search my name, I come up right at the top of Google. Definitely want to give shout outs to the people that have helped me make this most recent project, which is my good friends Micah Cottingham, Stephen Hall, Chad Andrew Harris, Zach Farrell, and Jason Atkins. They were phenomenal with this project. They actually wrote all their parts in the studio, like when it came time to do it. Like we had jammed the stuff separately, but we never like cohesively were like, let's just see what happens when we get there.
Yeah,
And put an incredible amount of work into making this music a reality. So I hope you guys really give it a listen and enjoy it.
it is fantastic music, by the way, my friend.
Thank you.
I very much enjoy it. Now, the last question and the most important question of them all is what song from your discography do you want to have as the outro track to this episode?
Ooh. Let's do She's a Judge.
I like it. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, my friend, for coming on, doing the episode. It's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Oh yeah, man. This has been a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And to all the people watching, you know what to do. Oh, wait, other direction. Follow this man here, listen to his music, follow the podcast, do the like, subscribe, follow. Whatever the different platforms say to do, they all have different things. Uh Comment what your least favorite track is. No, I'm just kidding. Comment what your favorite track is down below. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
This has been Mullins Over Music Podcast, episode 70, with your host, producer, and editor, me, Austin. Special thanks to guest Zac Robins for coming on. The closing track is She's a Judge by Zac Robins, a personal favorite. Check out Zac at Zac Robins on all socials and wherever you listen to music. He also has some shows coming up, so be on the lookout for those as well. Thanks to Zac for coming on the pod, being a good friend, and being fun to chat and hang out with. And of course, special thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. And until next time.
From your parents trying to do the best and gave you the perspective that they had achieved. I don't want to live in something just cause it's written. No, I don't want to live a life I end up regretting. It's coming, no. She's a judge. A boot on your neck or reflecting your loving, no. She's a judge. A boot on your neck or near out of love. On your neck, over near our love. Don't quit searching for the answers to make each other better. We have open discourse about our beliefs, cultural appreciation of our appropriation.